Great pleasure to welcome to our rooftop studio Albert Takudzwa Chigia, a.k.a. Prince Albert. Let me give you a short bio. He's a Zimbabwean actor, entrepreneur, and the founder and director of the GLAM Awards. He is known for founding the GLAM Awards as well as portraying the character Tendai in Zimbabwean hit series Wadiwa Wepamoyo. Albert Chigiga made a guest appearance in the drama series Why Ladies Cheat. Interested to know why they do cheat. But anyway, and had a main role in the Nash TV-produced short film Distant with Panashe Makurumure. He is working on a new horror movie coming called Namo, Fault of the Ancestors. Prince Albert, a.k.a. How are you, my brother?
Thank you so much for having me.
No, welcome to Morning Rush. Now, GLAM Awards. Tell us a little bit about that.
All right, so the GLAM Awards was founded on the basis of having an award show that is mainly based for the youth. We didn't want anybody to dilute it, so we put an age limit there so that, you know, the big superstars out there don't take away the light from you know, the young people, because they were young at some point. So at MSU, I think it was around in 2014, that's when we founded the GLAM Awards based on our need to see, you know, the young people thrive, because if they get a footing, you know, when they're starting, because the industry is very hard. If you just keep on working and you don't get some sort of recognition, you're bound to burn up.
It's true. So what age limit you put on this?
So we said from 14 to 31. That's the age limit that we wanted to put on the GLAM.
That's pretty good. And how many GLAM Awards have you had? When did it start? Have you had it every year? How does it work?
That's so cool. We started in 2014, but the first GLAM Awards were presented in 2017. This is because we had a problem with MSU, the Midland State University. At first, they didn't want us to use the name the Midland State University GLAM Awards.
Okay.
So there's always ways around that, because we just decided that we can remove the name Midland State University GLAM Awards and just say GLAM Awards, and let's just have it anyway. So as the time went on, they started, you know, showing appreciation. So far we've had 6 GLAM Awards, and I think on COVID we were the first award show to be hosted online during COVID.
Okay.
So
well done. And when is it held? Is it still coming up? Has it happened?
Yes, it's coming. It's supposed to be on 18 April on Independence Day. That's when we will do the awards once more, and you know, just.
So that's the plan. 18th April, Independence Day. Where?
At Longcheng, we're still. The problem with these awards is some of the things you can say before they happen, because you know we work with a lot of people, and then at the moment you say something.
But at the moment, the tentative date, 18th April, tentatively Longcheng. Yes. But of course, we'll give you more update on that. Now, talk to me about your. I mean, this is you Tendai, your character Tendai. I must admit, I haven't watched Wadiwa Wepamoyo. But how was that? I mean, talk about that. Who was in that with you? I mean, I know probably a lot of people watch it. Very popular.
So Wadiwa Wepamoyo was like the big dog. It was the big thing, right? We shot it way before, but then we decided to release it during lockdown, because there was a very big gap for people to watch the entertainment stuff, and it went very, 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 very big, more than we expected. And I know the character that I was given it was challenging for me at first, because if you're given a character that you're supposed to play and people are supposed to hate you, not because you don't know how to act, but they actually have to hate your character.
Because it translates into real life, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Like guys come and hate you in real life. You're like,
people always like, what are you doing? like, why did you do that? But they don't understand that it was just a character that I was portraying. And
so what happened to it, though? Did it go off air after that? What happened?
All right. According to the producers, they said that there was lack of funding, so it was a problem for them to come up with season 3. But I'm in constant communication with the producers, and I'm pretty sure
because it was popular enough, right?
Very
so I mean,
popular,
why not? And guys, there's a big. We'll talk about film financing just now with Prince, but why ladies cheat? I don't know if every man wants to know that answer. What was that about? Was it a series? Was it a real life? What did they?
It was like a mini series from Blawayo. So these guys from Blawayo called me up and they said that we want you to appear. Like I think I only had 1 episode, but it was very big. It was very big because of the thematic concerns that they were focusing on. It was very big, and for me it was weird and funny doing it, because it was during COVID and I had to do some of the scenes online and everything. But I think it was fun.
It worked out.
I learned a thing or two.
You learned why ladies cheat. Somehow I don't think we'll ever learn that. But anyway, let's talk about your Nash TV. I mean, that's an interesting one. Distant with Panashe. What's that about? It's nice to see Nash coming in with some funding for filming.
Nash really tries to come up there. So we contacted the original owner, Mr. Mtarisi, obviously, and then we asked for funding for a short. It was just a short film that shows, the modern day marriages, why they end so fast, dating in this digital era, we have Tinder, we have Facebook, we have a lot of things that people can do that you never even know about. So on Distant, that's what we try to explore, like a new marriage couple, and they're in the digital age, they're trying to do so. They meet new people online, but they don't know that they're talking to each other using ghost accounts. So when the time to meet up comes,
they're completely different.
It was a very big problem.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, because you put a picture up, and of course it doesn't look anything like you.
It doesn't look like you. Yeah.
Now, this is fascinating to me, this horror movie. It's not something I've seen a lot of coming out of Zimbabwe. I think horror is not really our genre, and it's called Namo, Fault of the Ancestors. That's an interesting one. So tell who's behind that? Who's directing it? Who's producing it?
I wrote it myself, and I'm going to direct it myself.
Okay.
Right, so in Namo, Fault of the Ancestors, I'm not really trying to question the ancestors as much, but the purpose is to find out how much we relate to our ancestors. Like, where did it come from? Like, how does it go in contrast with the religion that we know? And when you die, how long does it take for you to become an ancestor? Can anybody just become an ancestor? So the story is just surrounding this other boy, and he's having so much trouble in his life. So he decided to call upon his ancestors to help him with something. But what he doesn't know that he rose a spirit that's more malevolent than the ancestors that he wanted to. So yeah, that's what.
Instead of his good ancestors, he got baddies.
Exactly.
So and when have you started shooting it already? Are you going to?
Yes, we've started shooting. We started shooting actually last week, and I think the movie will be out in November because we don't want to rush it, because I know people will be looking at it because we've never had a horror movie in Zimbabwe.
I know.
Yeah, what I didn't want to do was to approach a story whereby we have zombies and stuff, that American stuff. I wanted to tell a real story, like what you hear in Gokwe, that this person is refused to be buried, or they are talking from the grave. So that's the approach that we wanted to take.
I like that. Yeah, you're right. Because we're so used to all these other horror things. In fact, I watch a horror movie and don't get scared anymore. But if it's got like something that talks to me, I like that a lot. But this gets me to the point that we spoke about a little bit earlier, and even off camera. Money for movies. Two things really. One is the financing for film. I think that there's not a lot of money that's going into the arts. And secondly, of course, which is even more vital, is that we're not getting our movies out there. It seems as if we're making certain movies here, and like we talk Netflix and what happened there, and all the tax breaks that Africa gets. Talk to me about your views on those two issues.
I don't know. I just think that there's not enough funding for the film sector. And in fact, we don't have a film industry in Zimbabwe. I always say this, and people say, we just have a bunch of filmmakers that make films and upload them on YouTube, right? And when that happens, you have these loads and loads of content, right? That really doesn't go anywhere, and they'll just remain Zimbabwean movies. You know, Netflix started a long time ago. It's 20 years now, and we only have 2 productions. Imagine, and South Africans, I don't even know. I think they own half of it.
Yeah, they do. And Nigeria was the second half.
So I think there's something that needs to be done for the content creators to really come up with something and say, because if someone makes a movie, rest assured they funded it themselves. Right? It's very rare. In Nash TV, it was a very rare opportunity that we get, and then they say that just give us a budget and we'll fund the film.
But what about the government coming up with incentives? I know Cape Town, for example, gives tax incentives, and it also builds up the talent and the skills in the industry, because they have to hire certain jobs for the movie.
I don't think, I've never seen any sort of incentives coming from the government like that, but I'm pretty sure we have tried to lobby for it, because if you don't lobby for it, nothing or any change won't come. So we've tried to lobby for it, we've tried to tell them that, you know, we need this, we need that, we need this, we need that, because if we move with the trajectory that we're moving right now, we'll reach 2050 with no industry. We won't see universal
and what's worrying is you guys all start leaving it and start working in banks and supermarkets and things, and that's just such a waste. It's a waste of talent.
Exactly.
Albert Kudzuwa Chigia, a.k.a. Prince Albert, sir.
Thank you
so much.
for
Thank you for coming on to the show.
Konapo, Ipapo pa ZTN Prime, DSTV channel 294, the place to be.